All right, I'll let it start up. Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Wanish, and I am the founder of RubyThursday.com. And it's been a little quiet over here at Ruby Thursday, only because I've been so busy with various other projects. And so please, thank you for your patience. And hey, if you come on right now, that'd be awesome. I know it's last minute, and so it's okay. I will be posting this on YouTube later in the week. So now I just need confirmation that you can hear me. I should have started the stream now. So I'm going to wait for my awesome awesome husband who's in the other room. Todd just yelled, "I can hear you." So that's great. So just wanted to make sure that was all working. And so again, this is a little background. I will do a brief background on what we're working on today and then jump right in because I only have as long as my little daughter, Julia, is asleep. So just some background. We've been working, I think, almost a year now on this project that we call the Invoice app. It is actually live as gigtilt.com. That's gigtilt.com. And it's been a project that started because we were having so many difficulties trying to get clients to pay on time. And a lot of them were moving over to monthly retainers. And we looked at the various payment options. We had been using QuickBooks, but QuickBooks doesn't do monthly payments in that way, like a subscription. And that's just not part of their package, or at least it wasn't. And, you know, we just thought, let's just build it ourselves. We just need these particular things. And, you know, either platforms were too big, too much, or just didn't have quite what we needed. So we built it, and I built it live as much as I could, and it, you know, various features, and it's still a work in progress. I would definitely call it beta, but still very usable if you want to hop on and sign up. It does, you know, it does collect the subscriptions, it does the payment plans, and it does the one-time payments. And we have, you can either pay by credit card or ACH if you're in the United States. So that's a little bit. Now the next project that we wanted to go ahead and put in is to have a membership plan. So that's a monthly subscription, yes, but we're going to be able to choose the tier right on the payment page. And so one of the things we also do is that we don't actually enforce or require people who are paying their invoice to sign up to the site. And we have a little bit more work on that to do as far as like having them update their credit cards when they you know, are going to expire. Right now you manually need to help them out on your own Stripe page. But so that's some other things coming down the pipeline. But we really wanted to have this kind of membership idea where they could choose their tier at checkout. And so that's what we're working on today. So if you have any questions or want to give a shout out, if you happen to open your email and say, hey, it's a lovely Sunday, whatever time it is where you are, and you know, feel free to hop onto chat, say hi, ask any questions. I will check back, you know, periodically, but I know it's last minute, so it's going to be more me just kind of talking through my process here. And again, it is talking through my process. It's, you know, there'll be mistakes. This is live. If I sit for a moment and am thinking, you know, I'm going to try to, you know, share my thoughts out loud as much as I can, but this is the nature of live coding. So, and I don't know if you can see my hand or not, but I'm going to show, I do have a little bit of an injury, so if the typing becomes terrible, that is why. I may have to have a lot of going back and fixing things, but this is a long story. It's just, I prevented my little girl from falling off playground equipment, but then it hurt my hand, so she's perfectly fine, but this is a little strained. So not that you need your index finger for typing. I don't need that. So I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we will get into it. All right. have my other screen open, but now I need to share. Here we are. Here we are. We're going to look at our Trello board first. I'm going to minimize that so I can see the chat, just in case anyone hops on. And so we just have a Trello board where we're tracking all of these different features. And so here's a couple of different screenshots my husband / designer / project manager has put together. But he said the PayPal one is the best to look at. And yes, memberships with various support tiers. So you could use this for donations as well. And that's sort of what we were looking at. We were also hoping to help people maybe who didn't want to use Indiegogo, and creatives who want to use it like that. Or if you simply have an additional offering at different levels, it could be right there on the screen. So let's see. I'll open this up a little bit. And so, yeah, so what we're aiming for is we won't have this once. We'll just do you'll have to choose as you create your invoice what kind of payment structure you're looking at. And so you'll have an option. We're going to set different options per month. And then they'll be able to fill out all of their information as usual. So let's go ahead and look again at our app. Hi. Now I probably have some upkeep to do. I'll do offline. Probably need to upgrade some things here, but for now we're just working on this feature. So as a reminder, we have 3 different types of payment plans right now, or sorry, 3 types of payments. So we have the one-time payment, we have the payment plan, and we have the subscription. So the first thing we're going to do this week, and I don't think we're going to get to the whole project. I think it's going to take 3 to 4 hours, so we're going to just do what we can in this time, probably about an hour and a half, depending. And so we will focus on getting it to where we call them vendors, which are like members of the app, can create an invoice and select the membership plan. So that's what we're going to call it, membership plan. And if another name pops up, but that's what I'm going with right now. And so let's go testing first, right? So I generally do BDD, so let's do some features, behavior driven, and then we'll possibly do some unit testing. Yeah, just for validations and things especially. And so let's take a view at a spec that manages new invoices. So we have one here that says invoice that is a subscription. And I am using VCR to record some transactions with Stripe. We're using Stripe as the third-party payment processor. And then there's with advanced options, there's a payment plan one. It's a one-time payment. Then we got some error checking. All right, so it makes sense to put in here another spec to create an invoice that is a membership plan. So here's where the typing comes in. Let's hope. I mean, I've been doing a little bit today, so it's not been terrible, but scenario. What did we use before here? Okay. By creating new invoice. That is a I may have to look down at the keyboard too. Plan. Golly. Plan. All right, and so we have a whole bunch of stuff already made for us, I'm sure. The actual vendor, and they're logged in already. So that we've already taken care of. So taking a little bit of, somebody I met calls it copy pasta instead of copy paste, which I think is really fun. I'm gonna steal it. Copy pasta. Some of this. We need kind of that stuff. We need all that. And then this is where we diverge. So let me look more at payment plan, because it's a little more similar to payment plan, because we are going to reveal some fields. JS True means when they choose a payment plan, we reveal different fields for them to take to fill out. I think that's the same UI. And so we're going to select membership. To be capital, so membership plan. Let's see. So, there might be multiple JavaScript things going on here, because it would be, I think we should preload like 3 options. So to me, it really wouldn't make sense to have this kind of payment structure unless you have maybe at least 3 options for folks. And so, excuse me, but with the ability to add more, let's just say there's 3 right now, and see if people like if users need more. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now until my designer husband decides otherwise. But let's just do that for today. The simplest thing. And so we may not even do the JavaScript show and hide yet. All right, so let's say enter. We're going to fill in. Let's call it option 1. With, let's just go with $10. All right. So if we were gonna allow, let's think about it just slightly here. If we were going to allow them to have numerous, however many options they want, then that would more likely be a child table with options, so that you could potentially name the option, and then you can add as many as you want. Otherwise, I have to set an attribute on this invoice to have as many as possible. Let's see. That's a good question. This is the risk you take in sort of going ahead with this. I knew I should have had Todd in the room, but he did have to end up leaving. So I think we'll just put it as attributes on the invoice for today. It's not that hard to change. So let's just have 3 options right now. And we'll just put it as 3 different attributes, just right on to invoice. Oh, sorry. Option 2. With, oh, I'm sure there's has a, until it's my right hand, huh? Oop. 20. Just making sure, should be in strings. Yeah. Right, fill in. Invoice option 3. And I think that's it. Let me save. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy pasta that. Now, I've actually been having a lot of trouble with have content as a useful method in a scenario test, just because an error page will sometimes also print out whatever it is that you have, expected page to have this, and it didn't, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and look towards CSS, because if it's an error page, then the CSS will not have loaded. So I'm slowly going to migrate to using that instead of have content, because I've just been experiencing too much lag time really figuring out what the issue was because of that. So let's find, so it'll be something, find this, and then it'll be text. Okay. Let's go to the end, put our final thing. And so let's go find out what the CSS is going to be. Your new invoice has been saved. That sounds like from the layout. Sounds like it would be a flash notice. I guess I should double check here, but controllers, invoice, create, and it's definitely a notice. Okay, so let's go back to the layout. So it's P class, this should be showing. I'm trying to remember how to do CSS. Oh, sorry. I may not have copied that. Nope, okay. I am sometimes working on a Mac these days, so my fingering gets a little off. Going back and forth. I don't know if any of you have had that issue. Where you go back and forth between different keyboards even. It's just, it's funny how your muscle memory works. I think it'd just be P dot and then... No, I don't remember. Let's look it up. Okay, I'm gonna need to bring over a window over here. And let's look up. Well, it's capybara, but you'll find it with RSpec. RSpec have CSS, exactly what that syntax is. I've obviously looked at it, but CSS, can you give me an example? Nope. There's a cheat sheet. You know what? I think I can just use, I sort of saw in the, have CSS, PA. Okay, so it's also in quotation marks. Don't think you need the dot. Let's go with this. All right, so now we have content, have CSS. And that would be now in our, where does it go? I think it goes to the show page. Where does it go? No. After you're done creating it, you go to the, the invoice path. So the show page. So that would be use invoices show. Let's look over that. Oh. Interesting. It's over here too. Preview banner text block. Or here. Interesting. Oh, because we have a vendor. Right. Okay. We have a vendor layout. So actually, I think this should be, good thing I looked. Now what would it be on the show page if there was an error? I'm remembering, right, because it's been a while since I've been, I know, you're like, but you wrote it, Melissa. And let's see. Go back to our lovely controller and just double check what layout it's coming from. It's coming from vendor. Does vendor also have, sorry, that's a model vendor. Layouts vendor. All right, that's not there at all. Okay, so let's go ahead back to show. So we need this class. Also not a paragraph, it's a div. So let's do okay. So where is this going to show with the name? Is an H1 invoice title. In quotation marks. And then all right, and we're gonna expect to have attributes. It's gonna be a subscription as far as Stripe is concerned, right? So let's go up to subscription. Well, payment plan is pretty. No, check the different stuff. ID for plan, a string starting with awesome. I almost feel like that doesn't work anymore. I feel like I had to change something, but we'll find out when we run all the tests. All right. So instead, we'll make up a different invoice name. A string starting with awesome. Okay. Where's your plan? Oh, the not copy pasting. Copy. See, now copy pasting is not, doesn't flow off the tongue there. Control copy on this keyboard. Oh, we're way up here. Awesome invoice. So we're just gonna do invoice name, but let's change that to whoops. I wonder up in the subscription area, do we delete? There we go. We're going to delete it after we do this. Oh, well, that's fine. Just making sure we don't. Because if you run it multiple times and you don't delete it, then Stripe is going to say, hey, you already have one like this. All right, so that's, yes, that's where it was. Okay, and then, all right, so this is a string. Yep. We can start with awesome. We're going to have the payment type. Let's see. As membership plan. So we're not checking for payments here, although it should be nil. All right, well, because the only thing that has payments is the payment plan. So we want option 1. I believe I save all these as strings, don't I? And then I convert them to integers and multiply and all that kind of stuff. Let's just double check. Oh no, it's an integer. So it should equal 10, just without any. I guess I could go up to subscription, or even one-time payment. No, we don't check the the amount. Oh, there we go, amount. Then now is that going ahead and multiplying? Let's see, what did we enter? Nope, it's not doing any multiplying yet. Okay. It is taking care of stripping any dollar signs or anything like that, and then also ending. We're not dealing with cents on Gig Tilt. Round it to a whole number, and so without any decimals. So then, so I'll just use 10. Okay, membership plan, option 2 should be 20. Option 3 should be 30. So you may be saying, hey, we're adding all these attributes onto invoice. Invoice now has all these different fields, columns that might be empty. I definitely have it in the backlog of things to do to rework this, probably more as an inheritance thing. But you see how often I get to work on it. So we're going to be working on it more this fall. But I'm going to stay the course for now. It's good to have this much more information though as I refactor. It's sometimes you refactor too soon and make decisions that are even harder to come back from. So let's stay the course here. Make sure we have all the different, because there's actually like a third version we want to do, or third, no. Then we're up to 4. No, we're up to 4 now. A 5th version, which is like a one-time payment plus a subscription. So maybe when that comes into play, that's when we'll really refine this, because then there's a lot more going on. So just in case you were curious as to why, I'm just gonna add these attributes to the invoice table for now. Probably they'll end up on their own table eventually, and we'll have some fun migrating data. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and I think that's it for the test. Okay, let's just go over it one more time. We're going to go to the new invoice path. Oh, we have new content. I was going to change all of these. So, the new page. Vendor form. New that. Okay, so it's invoice title again. H1 invoice title. So in quotation marks, H1 invoice title. So, I mean, if you didn't have any styling yet, you could still just put paragraphs and divs. So they have something to work with to make sure that the text is really showing up and not an error page. Okay. Okay, so going over again. So now we have our new, looking for our text, make sure that the new page shows up. And then we have our invoice name. Oops, sorry, going the wrong way. And a description, and we're going to select membership plan, which is where I'm hoping it fails this first time through. And then we're going to fill out option 1, 2, and 3. We're going to save the invoice. We're hoping that it saves correctly, gives us this lovely, hooray, your invoice is saved message. Now we're going to go in and check the database, make sure everything's saved there. So it's actually a little out of order here. All right, so we're checking. This also checks the controller, right? So and this this is a full integration feature test. So it's testing the view, it's testing the controller, and now we're about to test the model. The table is being updated. So you could have unit tests to support all this as well, but I'm starting with the feature test. So now, so we've made sure our controller is working, we're going to the right place, our view is working, and then let's check the database. So we're looking for that something was actually created. We're going to look at the last one and make sure it has what we need and things that we don't need. Making sure those things don't sneak in. And then for good measure, we're going to delete that plan from Stripe that was created, and so that we don't continue to remake it and get an error from Stripe. So let's see. I do have it auto-saved, so when I go to a different window, this saves. But just in case, I saved it, and then so this is where I'm hoping it fails the first time. Otherwise, I'll have to keep fixing it. So let's go ahead to our terminal, sorry. And then let's just run the one for now. Sorry, spec. Features, vendor manages new invoices. So let's go find that line number. Just do the one. I think it was in the hundreds now. 105. Okay. And let's see where we go. Gives me an excellent time to drink some water. It is on the Melissa roadmap for the year to get a new, faster computer. It's just a little slow, especially when I'm live coding and there's so many resources being taken up. So I will be getting, and if you have any recommendations, if folks on Twitch who maybe also do this as well, I'd love to hear it. I mean, I have looked around, and I mean, it's going to be a gaming computer because that's, they sort of built those, the different processors and video cards for that. Seems to be what live streaming also needs. And so even though I don't really play video games on my computer, nor really in real life, but or in other ways, right? So I have my little phone games, but that's it. So, so let's see. We failed here. Now it might be the way I'm doing have CSS, because I think that's a little, maybe that's wrong. I kind of feel like it needs to be a dot in between. Maybe I should go back and look at P and then A. See, that's let's go back and see if we got other. Well, we could see when somebody didn't have it working. Let's see what it says. Have CSS matcher is expected to apply to the parent container instead of the actual element. Oh, okay. Well, there's definitely that dot, which I did put in there, right? And then I took it out. So I think just having the dot will help. Let's see if it gets past that before we add the dots everywhere, because I think that's what it would do. Okay. little faster now that it's warmed up a bit. I do remind people when watching these later that feel free to speed it up. You know, it goes a little faster. And you can slow down when you see something you really want to dig into. But let's see. There we go. Okay, so it does need the dot. So now we are unable to find visible option membership plan, and that is definitely the error because we have not added it to the form yet. So let's go back and oops, go ahead and fix up the other times we expect it to have CSS. So that's not our failure. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do have CSS. And so let's go to the cancel. I try to remember how I put this together. Let's go to the form, see what it says. Okay. I think we just add it here. Add it right on there. Plan. Woohoo! That's not how okay. Membership plan. I just want to check here in our model. Let's do it afterwards. A couple of these helper methods kind of happening. All right. So these are things just to remember to maybe come back and do later. But right now we're just focused on this. So we added that to the form. So it should be able to find it now. So now let's see where it'll well, then it won't be able to fill in anything like that because we haven't added it yet. So let's just step by step. Sure doesn't want to stay. Oh well. I have a little monitor over here of little Julia. I'll show you. We call it the Julia Cam. And she's taking a little nap. She plays hard. She's very active. She needs her naps. Yay! Okay, so it failed correctly. All right, so we're just going to hard code it in for now. Because we do have, as you can see here, we do have a place where payment plan shows or does not, depending on what we've selected. Interesting. So we're probably going to have to change this guy to be visible or not because it's not a set amount. And my guess is that I'm making sure that's filled in. So I'll probably have to validate presence of amount. So we're going to have to refactor to remove that. Let's wait till that error comes up, but it will. And so let's go ahead and just hard code it, not hard code it. Just put it in without any fun JavaScript. But let's go down to here. Okay, yeah. So let's just copy this. We're going to copy it 3 times, but first we're going to take out this for now. The ID is going to be membership option. We'll put back the display none later. So the first guy is going to say option 1. And we're going to say option 1. Keeping that placeholder example. My designer may tell me something else, but right now we'll do that. So we're gonna do the same thing. Oh, except I missed the beginning caret. And so let's do, oh well, probably this whole thing will be in this ID, so we don't need the closing ones yet. Right, yeah, it'll just be 3 in a row. Make it totally awesomely pretty later. But for right now, the whole thing is membership option to be shown or not. So 2, 20. We are thinking these are going to be for lower things, but people could certainly say, hey, we have, you know, I have this retainer package that is $1,000 a month, and this one's $2,000, and you know, have it all in one page, as opposed to, you know, right now actually we do negotiate with the client and then set up an invoice specifically for what they've chosen. So it may be, maybe that's why it may be a good idea to have like a description that you can put in. But right now, I'm going to wait on that. Option 3, and we'll just say 30. Okay, so I think that's it. We will. Oh well, it's always good to see where's it going to fail. It is not gonna have yay because we it's been saved because I didn't fill in the amount, and right now that is mandatory, and it validates for that, and I actually don't have those attributes set up yet, so I can't save that. That's actually maybe where it fails right now, because it's not an attribute on invoice yet. So that's probably where it's going to fail before we even load the new page. Now that we've put that on the form. Do. Gonna blow up. It's gonna say, I don't know anything about these options. Undefined method option 1. There we go. So we need a migration. Yeah, just a migration. to invoice. And these are all going to be integers. Oh, I missed my index finger. To, I just have to look down, sorry. Integer. And option 3. You know, that's on the left hand, but okay. All right, let's generate that migration. Takes a minute. By the end of the year, new computer. Maybe by the end of October. September is ending quickly here, so it's now officially autumn here in the northern hemisphere. All right, let's go check it out. I always like to look at them before I. It's so hard to just go like that. Here we go. Ooh. Wow, it's the first one of the year. We haven't done a lot of actual migrations this year. Okay, so we're going to change. We're going to add a column to invoices, option 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, so now let's bring up Rails. I'm like one off. Oh, in my typing. So once that's done, we don't have to stare at it. Let's go back and see where we think it's going to fail next. So it's going to... Don't know if it's going to have an ID for plan. I think that what happens is that make that afterwards. Is that in the model? Date plan. We have our bit.ly link. Is it in the controller? Unless it's a one-time payment, we create a Stripe plan, and then we save that. Oh, so this might already be all set up to make a plan. Okay, except we're going to get this amount error coming up. I can't save without an amount. So we've added that. Okay. I think I still have to do that. So that migrated the development database, but not the test database. I think that's still a thing in Rails 5. Yeah, it migrated, right? So there we go. All right, so let's go back and run the test. And it should blow up at us for not having an amount. That's what I'm expecting. And then we'll have to change that in a couple places. Now, here's the question. We should probably validate that there's an amount unless the payment plan is membership plan. Interesting. There were no matches. It doesn't show the error message though. That's annoying. Oh well. It'd be nice if it printed it out, but at least I know it's not. It's failing, right? Because before, have content would actually still pass, and you'd be like, "What's wrong?" So at least it's failing. That's better than it was. All right, so let's assume that's the issue. Pretty sure that's what's going on. So let's go to our. Well, do we test this? I don't know. I mean, it's some live coding session should be getting to 100% code coverage. That might take me a while, but let's see if we. Yes, presence of amount. So this is a shoulda matcher. How do we do the if statement? I bet there are. All right, let's look it up. Oh, I have multiple. I have 3. I have a lot of windows open for poor Firefox here. Oh, okay, good. We got that one. That's good enough. All right, so let's go back to should matchers conditions. Issues. So blog post. I'd rather just go to their main page. Did that show up just here? Issues. Well, let's go here and then with conditions. I actually know that part. Let's see. If additionally, if his actor. Is there an if? I just want to go to the regular page. I think it'll just tell me. validate presence of. Okay, password, qualifiers. On message? No. Well, it doesn't seem to have if. Let's go back to anything else down here helps us out. Running test, all tests. Okay. All right, well, that is interesting. Let's go ahead back to, instead of saying conditions, should have measures, let's say, validates presence of if. We're already there. Not uniqueness of. Haha. Presence. Oh. Hopefully. Aha! Validates presence does not support if. In 2012. Let's see what this says. Well, that's not. I should imagine. Is it? Was it? No, let's keep that in mind. Maybe that was the workaround. I don't know what year that was. Okay, it doesn't, I don't think it has an if. For $180 in 2012. I guess they're just not going to do it because you didn't see it in the code, right? It had options on and then with message. It did not say if. So let's go back to here and follow this. About a year ago. That's pretty decent as far as you know, how recent it is. So context. Unless. It really would be great to be unless. Which I think is generally in Rails validates presence of, right? Let's just look that up and make sure before I lead us too far astray. Okay. Validates presence of unless. validations, if and unless. Okay, good. I figured there would be. Not custom methods. How do I get down there? Wait. Let's go to presence. Absent. No. Unless. What do you have to do with a proc? Finally, it is possible to associate if and unless with a proc object, which will be called. Using a proc object gives you the ability to write an inline condition instead of a separate method. This option is best suited for one-liners. Well, there you go. How about that? We're going to use a proc. Sounds like fun. All right. So let's go ahead and... All right. So let's write that. Ooh, they did use a proc. They used a method. We had to write this method anyway, because for our views and things. So let's actually not use a proc. We're going to use a method to say, like you saw, like it is a membership plan. So I think we could just do unless, just like if. All right, let's go back to here. For do. Now, did I happen to... I did. I tested describe subscription. I did that. Okay, so a couple things going on here. All right, so let's go to, let's leave this open. About to change it. And then so we're going to have to move, I think we'll move amount down to its own line. Wait, we were doing this. Getting ahead of myself. No, we're doing this. We're back up to validations. No, that's not what I meant. This, control copy this. Okay. All right. To receive. What was the syntax we had? Okay. Up here, membership plan. And return true. Now, well, I need context, or else I'll be completely confused. Context is a membership plan. Do well, we wanted to validate the presence of amount unless, right? Expected not to validate. Okay. Should. We're doing should. Okay. Does it have a should not? So. Alright, let's also add our context is not a membership plan. Don't forget your ends, even if you're not done yet. Okay. All right, so we're going to allow to receive and return false. Right? It should validate the presence of amount. Okay. I'm going to kind of guess there's a not. All right. Let's just see if this runs. It's a... it'll fail, which we wanted to first, right? But I'm going to run the whole spec because remember, the model specs are just faster to just, I think, run them all. All right, so, oh my gosh, do you see the big mistake I've just made? We are not on a branch. It's terrible. All right. Okay, so let's check out branch, add membership plan. Oh, that's a alias on a different computer. All right, check out. Cool. Whew. All right, now let's go to feature. I'm sorry, models. We have mailers and models, and we're going to go to invoice spec. Run the whole thing. I think once we get this sorted, because we've already set the controller up to make a subscription plan with Stripe, unless one-time payment, I think this is the bulk of what else we have to do. And I think that's where I'll stop for today, and then we'll pick back up with showing it or not showing it next time. I know it's so much better on Twitch or any live coding to have like a regular schedule so people can follow. That is certainly would be great, but with various responsibilities, including being a mom and clients, and it just hasn't worked out yet. But that would be great to set a specific time. But just stay tuned. And if you're not already, let's see, something's broken. Oh, you know why? Because I left this in the model. I got ahead of myself. So let's go ahead. And then this should fail. Right? It's going to fail. But in the way that it says, I can't find that method, right? Membership plan, question mark, I can't find that method. It's probably where it's going to fail. But yes, so if you want to keep totally up to date on Ruby Thursday, be sure to sign up to my email list. If you go to rubythursday.com, there are loads of places where you can sign up. I have a little thing that comes down right when you come to the site for the first time in a while, and so it'll show up. All right, right. It can't receive membership plan because it does not implement membership plan. So let's go ahead and test that first, right? We have all our other ones. Let's copy pasta and rewrite this guy. Very similar. Oh, I don't have a factory. Haha. Another task. Another test. Alright, so this is membership plan. Earn trues if is a membership plan. Invoice for membership plan. Oh, hello! Thank you. I just noticed, I'm sorry if I'm behind a bit, but thank you. I'm going to pronounce it the 7th. Hello from Brazil. Congratulations for the content you share. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out. That does help a lot when you're sitting here talking all day. So thank you. Thank you for coming on and for giving a shout out. So let's see. Invoice for membership plan. And then we need to change this guy. Now, I think we can leave most of this here because it's not a one-time payment. So let's just change this. All right, so if we ran this, it would say, oh, there's not a factory. We should actually be testing to make sure we have that factory up here too. It's always good to test to see if your factories are in order because it does slow you down if something changes. Let's go here. If you are just coming on, also know that I have an injured finger. That's why my typing is a little scattered. Alright, so that's going to fail. Let's go ahead to the, I maybe have 15 minutes left here of Julia's nap. So let's go to the factories for invoice. Let's make one. It's going to be more like a subscription. Copy paste that. Oh. Plan. I think we are going to need some descriptions of because the difference between a subscription and a membership plan I think might be a little fuzzy. So that's just a to-do list for the design. Let's see. Let's put in some data for options. Oh, well. Option 3. Okay. All right. So now when we run this again, we're still going to fail on this new right here. Oh, see, copy pasta. You gotta make sure to change it everywhere. It's still gonna fail, but it should fail that it can't find this method. Okay, that's the goal. So there'll be 4 failures now. Creating more failures before we come back and clean them up. Roll. Should have 4. Yeah. Yes, 4 failures. Okay. Undefined method membership plan. So once we define that, everything should be better. Whoa, where am I? Oops, wrong one. Add another project open. There we go. Oh no, my computer is slowing down. It's telling me, oh, I've worked so hard today. Do I get a break? All right, let's go to this guy. And here we go. Pretty easy enough. Gonna follow patterns I've already set up. Probably will change. Fairly new future, but membership plan. Plan. All right, so that will take care of 2 of them. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can get the other 2 to pass as well. Oh, hello. Amount, unless right, membership plan with the question mark. That's interesting. Payment plan is, if we're testing at third payments, that may be something to add. If there's if the options, maybe later. Not today. All right, so now this should all come back. Should all come back green now. Let's put that at the top of the screen, a little easier to look at. do believe once we get this to go green, it'll also make the feature spec go green as well. And then I will make a commit. But then I'll probably go offline because it might take a while and run all the specs just to make sure I haven't broken anything else. And then push it to a new branch. Well, I could push it, but then I just have to fix it up. I'll go ahead and push, and then I'll run all the specs just to make sure I haven't broken anything else. But I'm not going to make you sit here and watch all the little dots go by. Especially when it's a little slow. Oh, I think I see more green dots than before. There we go. All right, so now let's go back up to our original feature spec and see if anything needs some tweaking. I think it should be green, but it could be something I've forgotten. It's the same error. Okay, so there's something going on. It's not going to print it out in the terminal. Then we can go into our test. And let's just save and open page. And that is a pry Rails method. And so it'll bring that page up in our browser so that we can take a look at the error message. It takes a moment. Not really sure which screen. I have two screens. I'm not sure where it's going to come up. I'm going to have to like just sort of didn't come up here. So didn't go up here either. Where'd you go? Did not get to, did I put it in the wrong part of the spec? Okay, let's see. With text, your new invoice has been saved. Oh, I think I just put it after it, didn't I? Right. But it fails before then. I gotta do it there. Okay. Gotta remember to put it before the failure or else the spec ends. It exits. It says, I've done my job. Okay. Play. There we go. Huh. Well, it showed up here, right? Sorry, we encountered an error. Undefined method remove for nil class. Okay. wish it had a line number, but it does not. Remove. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I think in the invoices controller, right, split remove. But there's no amount because we're not entering an amount. So, let's just do it only if, ooh, small if, at, ooh, invoice dot amount wait, no, if params let's copy. A lot more copy pasting if I can't type very well. Dot. It's not just that it's present. Right. It would be because it would just be like empty quotation marks, wouldn't it? Why don't we just test this out? Let's put a binding pry here. Let's take out this one. I like to put them over to the side so that it's easier for me to see and hopefully not leave in the code. So let's, well, it's going to just completely fail without an end. And so let's, I don't think this, I think it's not going to work, dot present. But we'll put it in there as a placeholder. I think that's not going to work. So. So let's run this line and see if it gives us false. Whoop, no! I hit the wrong button. Oh, because Control C, when you're in here, will just terminate your session there. I'm afraid if I force quit, the whole terminal will kind of crap out on me. Let's try it. Okay. No, see, it crapped out on me. Ugh. Sad. Yeah, well, it's just doing different stuff now. You can't see what's happening. Okay. A little bit of snafu here at the end here. I think we're so close to being at a good stopping point. I'm going... How long have we gone? Almost 2 hours? Oh, look, I... Oh, no! What have I done? Did I make up a new... I did. Okay. Not good to do that. A little bit of cleanup happening here. If this happens to you, here's how you can clean it up. Let's clean up the add membership plan. Okay, now let's get branch capital D. We just want to get rid of it. Get sorry, add membership plan Z. Okay. Now that little mistake's gone. Can we get back to... No, we're in a different... Don't have the same history. Let's go back to our broken one. And I have to do this here. Don't Control C. Use the mouse. Okay. False. Great. So that works fine. Present dot present does work because that param is not present. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do though? And that will come up in a minute, but I might as well do it while I'm thinking about it. Let's take this back out. I wonder if it's going to give me that error now. No. Well, it's not going to save because the next thing we have forgotten to add that we can have those attributes. Right? We added 3 attributes. We forgot to whitelist them. So, stop. Option 1. Option 2. Option 3. H3. And we need the colon. And it's getting line. So let's go ahead and get in line. It's getting long. The line is getting long. I'm going to do that. Okay. So let's see now if that works. Let's see. Could be something else we'll have to put back in our binding pry. I mean our save and open the page. So Control Z puts it back in. No, sorry. Yeah. All right. Hopefully we handled the other error. Let's go double check our code up there. Let's see. Amount can't be blank. But my other tests said it could. I know, I did the other test. Let's see. Alright, what's going on? Did I Forget. Okay, validates present amount unless membership plan. Oh, maybe I can't see how it says validates payments presents true. Maybe that's where we go. What we got? I don't think you can have these options in just presence of. So validates amount. Oh, see now why the test pass? I don't know. Maybe you can, but let's true, comma. Ooh. Well, let's go back and run the model tests again. This broken one. Just oh, with the Control C. Again at this if statement as well. Oh, wait a second. It's not if. Or if we want to say if, it would be blank. I did it opposite. So if it's true. Wait. No, presents. If they're present, we want to do this. Okay, let's Control Z. Control Z. If it's present, then we want it to do this. Otherwise, okay, so that's not what the issue is anyway. Sorry. Oh, I'm getting a little tired. So needing a break. But right, let's see where we are. That passed. So let's put a binding pry in here. So it will say invoice is not valid. But we're only checking for presence true unless it's a membership plan. And then we're not checking. It doesn't reference amount anywhere else, right? Oh, one more thing though, that even though JavaScript isn't running, oh no, I don't have required true. I do have a required true. I don't think that would be the issue, but it's good to take that off now. For now, we may kind of show this conditionally with this. But for now, to just get us through this little bit, because I'd like to take a break. It's been almost 2 hours. Well, 10 minutes shy of it, but 15 minutes shy of it. All right, we'll put the binding pry in. I hate to end with it red, but I may have to. aiming for an hour of live coding. Okay. False. Okay. So odd. Oh, it's a good pop up. Yeah. It can't be blank. Oh, you know what? I should have just inspected at invoice to see what it said. Why don't we do that real quick? Takes a moment. Well, let's investigate at invoice and see what it says. Thanks for folks for hanging in there. I still have folks watching. Thank you. These sessions usually do last more like 2 hours. Especially with the speed of how the tests go. If I got a new computer, that could probably be at least 20% of what we're waiting on. Let's just look at invoice. So we got the amount nil. Type one-time payment membership plan. Why does it say that? Uh-oh. Something's wrong with my form. Aha. We put it all in the same quotation marks, so it's called one-time payment membership plan, and our spec picked it because it included the title membership plan. So that's what's happening. All right, so that's what you got to do. You just got to investigate what was happening. So let's exit, and then yeah, it's going to come up with the same deal. Wasn't that? Okay, so let's go ahead and take out this. I think we solved it. I think I can not do binding pry as well. All right, let's try it again. I think, let's see. Okay. Well, hopefully it's a new error. Let's find out what it is. Maybe I should start thinking, oh, we're far away, and then maybe it'll be close. Luckily, Julia needed a 2-hour nap. Otherwise, I would have had to stop. Let's see. Unlimited method star for no class. Times, yeah? Where are we calling that? Star. Oh, you know what? Oh. Oh. This is a new error, though. I think I may stop here, though. Right. So I was a little, well, I didn't realize, but right. This is, so it's going to create a Stripe plan. However, for those other plans, there's an amount, right? And so we don't have an amount. It's trying to times by 1,000 because Stripe makes you put it into cents in order to save it. So what we'll actually have to do is create 3 different plans. That makes more sense. Right. I wasn't thinking about that part. So we'll have to create 3 separate plans. And then that's going to be interesting. That does complicate it here. Because then do I need more attributes, right? Option 1, ID for plan. Option 2, ID for plan. Option 3, ID for plan. It definitely making me feel like we need to have a child table to have this information, because then there'll be 6 columns that would be empty on many different things. Whew. So, all right. Well, I will ask if you have any opinions about that. If now's the time to dig into that, or stay the course and just get this feature up, and we'll handle all of the reworking at once. I think that seems better. We're not at scale or anything, so it's not like these empty database columns are going to hurt us right now, because we're still pretty in beta. And so I think we'll just have to do that. But that's going to be a little bit of a task. So let's go ahead and end today, and that's where we'll pick back up on the next time. And I hope that'll be soon. It will be. I hate to leave these little projects, these little features mid working, but it'll probably be next weekend. So thank you so much for coming. And again, I'm going to plug, if you're not already on my mailing list, head on over to rubythursday.com to sign on up, and check out the older videos. Got lots and lots, I think over 80. And so head on over to the episodes and check some out. And I hope you all have a good day and happy coding. I'm gonna go ahead and get OBS back up. I can hit the button. It's hiding behind some wires there. Okay. So again, happy coding. Have a great day.